Well, good morning, and good morning again, humanity. It's our favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hello, everybody, this is Paul, but oh my
I'm not
God, we
Bev.
ain't got no Bev here.
Wait, who am I today?
Who is
Oh, I'm
this?
Eileen.
Eileen, we have Eileen Webster with us today. Bev is on the road, and Eileen is one of our most magnificent BioTouch certified practitioners instructor. She owns a company up there in the northwest part of Tucson called BioTouch Dove Mountain, and she's also a clinical cannabis pharmacist. So she is the jack of all trades and the master of none.
You've been talking to my husband.
Yeah, so we're going to talk today. We want to talk about our certification. Why would people even want to get certified? And Eileen's going to share a lot of her personal experiences. We're going to talk a little about the program, but we first want to say congratulations. Eileen and I taught a class. We had one person who was just wonderful, Tony Dunn, out there in Maryland, outside of Baltimore, and she's a massage therapist. Took the class. We had a great time. There's a picture of the three of us, and she's looking to get certified herself. So let's just jump right into it. Eileen, tell us a little bit about your story and why you even got involved in this whole program, which you do a
Right?
lot now.
Right? A pharmacist and BioTouch. What a crazy combination, right?
Right.
That'd be the last thing you would think of. It's not a chemical. It's not a pill. What on earth am I doing with this? So yeah, a little history. Yeah, I owned a drugstore up in Fairplay, Colorado, also known as South Park, Colorado, for about 20 years. And I was the everything there. I was the chief bottle washer and toilet scrubber and insurance processor and pill counter and spider crusher and snow shoveler. And in a town like that, you learn a lot about all the other stuff that is out there because you need to be able to get folks to trust you, to so that they rely on you and they trust the information you're giving them. Because the folks out there hadn't had a drugstore in, oh gosh, it was like 25 years when I had opened
Wow.
up. So they said, we don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. And so, again, I had to learn all the different things they had been doing all these years, the different herbs they were taking, the different shaman and various healers and Reiki practitioners, all the different stuff that was going on up there. And in that process of learning all of those, I actually had to experience them. I was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a genetic connective tissue disorder. And my body, with all the stress and everything of the daily work and standing there for long hours, was just crumbling apart. And it literally, my pelvis and sacrum separated while I was standing there in the drugstore twice. Twice I had to have surgery to fuse my pelvis back together. And this was just so hard on me that the pain, my body just started, like I said, it was deteriorating. It got to where I was on oxygen 24/7. I was having terrible heart arrhythmias. I was in a wheelchair now. And towards the end, they were even bringing me into the drugstore. I had fellas from the local church and everything meet me there so that they could help me up in the wheelchair into the store. Then they'd lay me down between two of the drug bays on a mat we had set up there, just because I couldn't raise my head up again without going into an arrhythmia. But there were no other pharmacists. We needed somebody there while we were trying to, get the store closed down and move on. But anyways, so in this process, yes, I tried all these different alternative treatments, everything I could find, and everything was helping a little bit, but there was no magic bullet. And so my husband and I, we finally decided to move out of the altitude, and we moved down to Tucson in 2017. Well, in 2018, we're living in a little retirement neighborhood of 55 plus. And in 2018, in the spring, I went to a little BioTouch workshop here at our clubhouse. Now, this was the one thing I hadn't heard of yet. So I figured I'll give it a try. The workshop, I believe, was, it was only like $5 or $10. So it was very affordable. So I went, and we were paired up with neighbors, and we were given these worksheets or the workbooks of how and where to touch each other. And it seemed too simple. This couldn't possibly work, right? I mean, I went to medical school. Things you don't just touch and things go away. And so I tried it. It was simple. It was pleasant socializing with everyone, but I wasn't quite sure about this until I got home. And my husband, his sinuses had been driving him crazy. And this workshop happened to be on allergies. So I didn't tell him what I was doing, but I just touched the points like the workbook had told me. Now, again, I'm a beginner. Yeah, right. I haven't taken any big training classes. I didn't know what I was doing. And actually, honestly, at this point, I didn't think it did anything. I didn't think it could possibly work. And so when I touched Steve on those points, he looked at me. Oh my gosh, well, I don't know what this is supposed to do, but all of a sudden my headache is gone and I can breathe. That's weird. And I was blown away. Wow. The next morning when I got up, the tinnitus I had in my right ear that sounded like an old MRI machine next door or something was gone. Gone. This just blew my mind. So I had to go find out more. So I went down to the BioTouch Center there off of Pima Street, and I met Paul. And he didn't say much, just had me come in, and I tried to explain to him all the different troubles I had going on, autonomic dysfunction, connective tissue disease, and what could he do? And he said, I don't know what any of those things are. Just show me where it hurts. Okay, this is too, well, how could you, if you don't know what these things are, how could you help me? Well, that's all he did. And for the next, it was maybe 15 or 20 minutes, all he did was touch. And when I got up, I had no pain. I was able to, backing up real quick, I was having troubles with Tourette's and pseudobulbar. So I had all kinds of crazy gestures and facial expressions and laughing and crying. But after this session, I could carry on a conversation with him. This blew my mind. And he knew where my mind was coming from as far as being a pharmacist. So he took me over, showed me some of their research, and then showed me that they had classes. And right then and there, I signed up for that first practitioner class. I needed to know more about this. This was just too amazing. And so I went down and I took that first practitioner class over a weekend, and I was so impressed. These classes were run by volunteers. They were not being paid. These were volunteers who were so excited. Right, they were. They were so helpful and so encouraging. I mean, I'm used to volunteers that were, say from the food bank or, standing in line directing traffic, and, they're just, next, right. Come on, here's your stuff, go on. But these people genuinely cared. They cared about me and whether or not I was finding the points. And I mean, they taught us right there on that first day their mission and their vision statement, and this blew me away, to teach BioTouch, as a principle of love thy neighbor, but most of all, to encourage all people to take responsibility for their own healthcare, and get this, empower them to assist others and create a community of people worldwide dedicated to service. Wait, okay, so you're talking about a chain, right? Right. That I'm going to have to buy into, right? Because I was a Health Mart pharmacy. Is this, right.
Good old multi-level marketing scams, right?
Exactly. I'm like, okay. So if I were to do this and to help folks, what are you going to charge me to charge them? What kickbacks do I have? Wait, There's nothing.
Right.
This blew me away. And also in that class, not only did they teach me the entire technique so that when I left, I was confident in being able to go home and use this on my husband or my other family members or a few neighbors that, I felt comfortable with. But the other thing they told me about at that was their CP program, the Certified Practitioner. And at first I was a little confused. Well, if I know the entire technique now, why do I need to take another class? Okay, here's the catch. Here's where you're going to reel me in for more money, right?
It's funny. I'd had people that had been working with us for years, and they used to say to me, "Yeah, I'm still looking for the hook, Paul." You can't be just giving this stuff away. There's a hook in here somewhere. So that's a perfect little statement. Okay, this is where they reel me in, this CP class, right?
Right? Are you coming for my firstborn on my little dog?
Right.
What's the And so, but again, being a pharmacist and having my own store, my brain thinks along those lines of the chain. I was a Value Right pharmacy for a while, and then I was a Health Mart pharmacy for a while. And again, it was to get that support. So I knew there was a team of people behind me, providing me with answers to the questions. If at 3 o'clock in
Right.
the afternoon, oh shoot, how do I?
Right.
I had someone to call, and here. Oh my gosh, they've got someone to call who
Right.
will answer my questions, and this was the other neat thing, who's not in competition with me. A lot of other things, again, not to pick on MLMs and such, but with these, you're in competition. If you have a neighbor who's also selling this, you've got to figure out a way to get to the other neighbors first, or
Right.
make your prices better, or make you appear more professional or more knowledgeable than them. With BioTouch, there was no competition, only support and encouragement.
And I think that's a big key to what we're doing. As you have BioTouched Up Mountain, we have other certified practitioners. We have Kai, who's made a comment, and she's in Chicago, and she runs bringing all the certified practitioners together to support one another, to help. Every community could use a BioTouch practitioner, and it's a building of that chain. And we have just to go over a few. We have a Michelle who has Brightway Wellness here in Tucson. We have a Kamimala Center in Turkey. There's 3 ladies there: Fatos, Damla, and Didem. We have Michaela, who's in Germany; Roman, who's in Austria; Karen, who's in Canada; Fariel in Czech Republic; Elizabeth in Mexico; Christine in Switzerland; Sagul in Dubai; Howard in Phoenix. I mean, and everybody's supporting one another, like you said. It's like BioTouch is about sharing, not about competing at all.
Exactly. And I was also, I'm just going to say, a little traumatized from closing down my pharmacy and from all the health problems and everything. I was terrified, actually, to go back into business for myself. I was
Right.
shell shocked. And so I was really nervous at first. I knew nothing really about, building websites, social media. I mean, shoot, up till this point, I only went on Facebook to see, pictures of my, little nephews or something. I knew nothing
Right.
about how to make posts, how to promote stuff. I mean, my drugstore, all I had to do was hang up an open sign and people were lined up. So this made me nervous at first. Wow, I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not pushy. I'm not going to shove myself in people's faces. Here, buy my service. And so, but the neat thing was at this CP course, they provided, one of the many things that they provided was the branding Bible. And in this branding Bible, they provided me everything from what colors I should use, logos I could use, images, wording, everything. So when I built this website, and I'll confess, I've got a very scientific brain. I can do
Right.
numbers like you wouldn't believe, but I can barely write a sentence. And so, but with this branding Bible, I was able to build an entire website on my own.
And she
and
does a
in
great
social
job.
media.
Go to BioTouch Dove Mountain and check it out. She's done a really nice job. And most of these other people, they all have a little bit about BioTouch. And that's the beauty. An important part to remember about certification is, as Eileen said in the beginning, was it doesn't make you better. It doesn't. You've got the technique, even if you just learn it online by yourself. It just gives you, as Eileen was just saying, all the tools you need to represent this service organization, to be an ambassador of this service to humanity, and then to incorporate it into your little niche. I mean, Eileen relates it to her work that she's doing as a pharmacist, and she's going to go back and get her pharmacy license. We're really excited about it. She's a clinical cannabis pharmacist, so she's gotten that, and she incorporates all this together. We have Kai, who's incorporated it with some of her massage, Michelle, who incorporates it with her Reiki. So, BioTouch is not about, oh, I can only do BioTouch. It's a good adjunct to whatever else you're doing. It'll enhance your personal brand, is what we say. And we have the support system here to help you do that.
Right. The same way it enhances your practice, the same way it enhances a massage therapist practice. It'll enhance their brand. Absolutely.
Yeah. So our goal here is to teach it and to present it. And we have, as Eileen was just saying, they're very clear little steps to do it, but it's not a lot. I mean, the whole program to go from beginning to end is like $100, a little more than that. And that's it. After that, we do have there is the secret signature with your blood, but we don't, only those who listen to this got that. So, but no, it's so simple. But we're doing that because we need to keep the brand called BioTouch clean, clear, and pure as it goes down the generations. Because we want to make sure that BioTouch is simple, can be applied with anybody. Families can do it. I just applied to get on a podcast, and the whole program is, what do you have to help children with their health issues? I was like, well, BioTouch, not just for themselves, but to give them BioTouch so they can do it on mom and dad. So that's why we keep it clear. That's why we have a branding Bible. Eileen is in charge of numerous parts of our program, which in fact she's going to share with you right now. Our next health condition, the last one was just awesome with Amy talking about eating disorders. I had quite a few people say, oh, she was really good. Well, she was good because she talked her personal story and how BioTouch helped and how she incorporates BioTouch into her program. And she's getting ready to get certified too. So why don't you talk about the next health condition workshop here with what it's on GERD, yeah? GERD.
Yeah, so our next workshop in August is on GERD, also called gastroesophageal reflux disorder or disease, yeah, aka heartburn.
Right.
And our guest speaker, Suzanne Schlacks, she's a physician's assistant. She's worked with many patients with this, so she's going to give us some good insight to how they treat this in her clinics.
Yeah.
And then we'll show you how to use
BioTouch. We'll teach the points, yeah. So that's going to be August 26th, 6 p.m. live stream on Facebook and YouTube. So we're live streaming on both formats, and we'll share with you more on how you can get on the YouTube. Our next practitioner training is Tuesday, August 17th. Join us for that. That's a Tuesday, and that's 9 to 4:30 Arizona time. Depending on how many people are in the class. Again, we can give CE credits to massage therapists, doulas, and nurses.
There is no cheaper CE out there.
No. So if you know any massage therapists or nurses or doulas, send them our way. justtouch.com. They can go to, or office@justtouch.com. Or, if you're in the northwest part of town or you want to do a virtual training with Eileen, BioTouch Dove Mountain. She'd be happy to talk to you and work with you personally if you want it. And all those other practitioners, we have a whole section on our website of people who have taken the class, are willing to share it, list of the certified practitioners, a list of the instructors. It's a wonderful organization to be a part of. And Eileen, we are just thrilled that you wheeled your way into the BioTouch Center and have stuck it out all these years. I remember the first time you came in, you got in the certification program. First thing you did was look at our policy book, read it from cover to cover. I'm like, oh, now this woman's good. She's going to be good. And you are. You're good. We're glad you're with us. We love you. Thank you for sharing your story. Share us, anybody out there, share your story with us too. We'd love to hear from you. That was a quick 20 minutes. Thank you, Eileen. We appreciate your help. And we'll see you all next week. Hopefully we'll be able to find Bev again. So take care, everybody.
I can feel the pain, sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away.